Alright, here we go. 2 burly boys played Pokemon in their youth. One had to grow up, the other stayed true. Now the large grown-up child can name all of them, but the other guy probably 510. Now what can they do? Why don't they review? Now I'll talk about them till we die.
Die?
Welcome, everybody. I'm Joachim.
And I'm Frank.
And this is your
Certified Poke-Moment,
where we feature and talk about one Pokemon evolution line every week.
And today's featured Pokemon is... Chinchou!
Chinchou.
Lanturn is freaking amazing.
Wait, you're saying that you're angry because I was underwhelmed by getting Chinchou. Is
Yes.
it Chinchou or Chinchou?
I always pronounce it Chinchou. Do you not like Lanturn?
It's really... Chinchou is so much better than Lanturn. Lanturn is ugly.
What is
Lanturn is ugly.
Whoa, what is happening right now?
Chinchou is cute. Lanturn is ugly.
Last episode, you were raving about Wailord, the basic water-type dumbass whale. Lanturn is amazing.
Lanturn is so boring.
I will strangle the life out of you. How dare you?
Better make sure you kill me.
I love Lanturn. It's so cute.
He's fine.
Have you ever seen a Lanturn smile?
No.
Have you ever seen it look at you with love and joy?
Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Or ask the swiping swiper why he swipes.
Look at its cute smile.
Yeah, it's fine.
Lanturn is so good. I have a little figure of Lanturn. I love it so
Can't
much.
help but notice you don't have a sitting cutie of Lanturn. If you love it so much.
I should get a sitting
Yeah, you
cutie
should
of
spend
Lanturn.
money.
I will.
Consumer.
I will. I want to find you this Lanturn card that I literally think is the cutest thing in the world.
Anyways, while Frank is looking
hold
into
on.
that stuff. No, while Frank...
Look at how cute this card is.
It's fine.
That is an amazing card.
It's fine. Lanturn's boring.
I can't... Are you trolling right
No,
now?
I'm not
I am
trolling.
actually shocked.
Okay.
I can't believe this.
Imagine my shock. That's you.
Oh, listeners, I am so sorry. If you've stopped listening already because Joachim is being so horrible, I would honestly understand it. Chinchou and Lanturn are some of the Gen 2's best Pokemon.
Chinchou is great.
Chinchou is so cute.
It's wasted on a Lantern, though.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I
I've
think
been
you
doing a
should
lot
start
of
talking
yelling.
about- you should start talking about the typing.
I was just so taken aback. Yes, Chinchou is a water electric type. It is the angler Pokemon. And it evolves into Lanturn at level 27, where it remains a water electric type and becomes the light Pokemon.
That's nice. Frank is having an emotional episode
I
because
am.
he's so taken aback that I don't like Lanturn.
I am literally so shocked. I thought Lanturn was one of the most universally loved Pokemon.
I am sure you will convince me to love it by the end of this, though.
I hope I do. I really hope I
think
do.
Google Images will also help me to love it.
No, don't ruin it for me. Let's go ahead and talk about it, that cool typing and its weaknesses. Water Electric does not show up as a type combo as often as you'd think. Honestly, I can't even think off the top of my head of another Water Electric type.
I would think Electros is, but I'm guessing Electros is not.
It is Solo Electric.
Solo, that's interesting.
But it's cool with Electros, though, because it gets the ability to levitate, so it has no weakness.
Oh, Electros is so cool.
Okay, so there is Lanturn, obviously. The only other water electric type is Rotom Wash.
Really?
He is the only other water electric
Wow.
type that I'm seeing. I'm not seeing anything else pop up besides Chinchous and Lanturns.
Is that a good type combination?
Yeah, let's go ahead and look at weaknesses. Weaknesses and resistances that Lanturn has. It is weak. Wow, it's weak to grass. I thought electric resisted grass. Is it just that grass resists electric? Huh, I thought that went both ways. Anyway, it's weak to grass, ground. That's it. Oh my gosh, it only has 2 weaknesses. Lanturn is great! And it resists steel, flying, ice, water, and fire.
Okay.
Not bad. Not bad at all. That is
Not bad,
fantastic.
Bernie.
Yeah, only having 2 weaknesses. That's only one more than like Swampert, the water ground type. Like this is a good type combo. So it would seem. Let's get height and weight out of the way right now. Lanturn is 3'11", so a decently sized little fishy boy.
It's a fish. Doesn't need to be too big.
And its weight is 49.6 pounds. So not the heaviest.
Light for the size.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a fish. I feel like there's not a lot to a fish. Actually, some fish can be pretty heavy. Like one of those giant, like a big old salmon or something when they get like full size.
Like a mahi, no, like a dolphin.
Yeah,
dolphin
that's the
fish?
one. That's what
That's
I'm
what you're
thinking of,
thinking of.
actually. I want to talk about abilities now. So, Chinchou has 3 abilities. Volt Absorb. The Pokemon heals up to a quarter of its maximum hit points when hit by an electric-type move. So that's very cool. And I'm imagining it also nullifies. Yeah, restores HP if hit by an electric-type move instead of taking damage. Yeah, completely nullifies electric-type attacks. So, you know what that means? It has an immunity. So it's not only, it doesn't just take neutral damage from an electric-type attack, it is immune to electric-type attacks. That is very important. But maybe you don't want Volt Absorb. There are other options. It also gets Illuminate. Raises the likelihood of meeting wild Pokemon by illuminating the surroundings.
Yeah, that sucks.
That is pretty freaking terrible. Let's see. I'm sure it has a secondary effect. By illuminating the surroundings, the Pokemon prevents its accuracy from being lowered. So it also does that.
Okay.
That is its in-battle ability, which is fine. I can't imagine.
Bloodshot users are quivering.
You say that all the time. But this is kind of cool to give you more in-depth explanation of it. If the Pokemon is in the lead spot, chance of encountering a wild Pokemon increases to 200%. In Pokemon Sword and Shield, this only works on random encounters, and this doesn't work in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet onwards, because there are no random encounters. So now Illuminate only works in battle by preventing accuracy drops.
I mean,
it's not the worst
if you're
ability.
really worried about accuracy drops, that alone makes it good. Honestly, I would think the increased encounter rate would be really annoying.
Yes, unless you're really looking for a specific Pokemon. And then Water Absorb is its hidden ability. It does the same thing as Volt Absorb, but for water. But Volt Absorb is better because water is already resisted. If you have Volt Absorb, you gain an immunity to a type attack that used to be neutral.
Okay.
So that's extremely good. I would definitely give it Volt Absorb. And that Lanturn has all the same abilities. It doesn't change upon evolution. So as per usual, I'm not seeing the Gen 2 Pokedex entries on Cerebi, so we're just going to read Chinchou and Lanturn's Gen 3 Pokedex entries. You want to read for Chinchou and Lanturn?
Yeah, I'll
Sapphires?
do it. I'll do Chinchou, and then you can do Lanturn.
Okay, we'll go back and forth.
Chinchou's 2 antennas are filled with cells that generate strong electricity. This Pokemon's cells create so much electrical power, it even makes itself tingle slightly. That's cute. That was from Sapphire.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the other?
I'll do Ruby. Chinchou lets loose positive and negative electrical charges from its 2 antennas to make its prey faint. This Pokemon flashes its electric lights to exchange signals with others.
That's cute. I like that.
That is cool. Pretty cute. And then you want to go ahead and do Lanturns?
Yeah. Lanturn is known to emit light. If you peer down into the dark sea from a ship at night, you can sometimes see this Pokemon's light rising from the depths where it swims. Aww. It gives the sea an appearance of a starlit night.
Aww, that's cute. Aww. Ruby. Lanturn is nicknamed the Deep Sea Star. Okay. For its illuminated antenna. That makes more sense. This Pokemon produces light by causing a chemical reaction between bacteria and its bodily fluids inside the antenna. Alrighty then. That's pretty cool.
You'd think it would just be like it's electric.
Yeah, but no.
Woogie.
There's a reason for it though. I'm gonna see if Shield has anything different to tell us. This Pokemon flashes a bright light that blinds its prey. This creates an opening for it to deliver an electrical attack. Yeah, pretty basic. I feel like as gens went on, Pokedex entries got more and more basic.
Yes.
I feel like older ones are more detailed.
I think they're more detailed, but then after, you already have the old details, so it's like, okay, what else are you going to add to the Pokemon?
That's true. I mean, I don't know. Gen 7 seems to add a lot of stuff to these entries, but ever since then, I feel like Gen 8 doesn't add a whole lot, personally. So, Lanturn, I'm shocked you don't like Lanturn very much, Joachim.
Is that a fun? Is that a fun?
Yes, now
You're
it is. Because Lanturn is like Pelipper, in that upon evolution, it gets stockpile, swallow, and spit up.
That is one of the least concerns I have for Pelipper. I don't care about its gimmick.
No, I honestly really don't like that gimmick either. I don't think anybody has ever used that.
I think Pelipper just looks great. I think it's a great looking Pokemon.
It's so ugly.
Hey, Frank? You're talking
anyway,
about a fat
moving
little
on.
whitefish right now, if we're talking ugly.
Upon, it doesn't, so it gets those moves upon evolution, but it also gets through level up like Bubble Beam, Confuse Ray, Spark, Discharge, finishing off at level 54 with Hydro Pump. And then TMs, we've got Icy Wind, Brine, Volt Switch, love me a Volt Switcher, gets Bounce. And then for TR, because I'm looking at Gen 8, Ice Beam, that's nice. Surf, I wonder if it gets Scald. Electro Balls, it does get Scald, that's sick, man. I hope Lanturn ends up being a special attacker. I would imagine it is, it's gotta be, but I don't know. Early gen Pokemon, you'd be kind of surprised. And Dazzling Gleam, it's gotta be a special attacker. Dazzling Gleam, man, Volt Switch, Scald, Dazzling Gleam, and maybe like Thunder Wave. That's great right there, man. Or Ice Beam or something. Or just straight up giving it Thunderbolt, so your only electric type attack doesn't switch you out. Its move pool isn't the most diverse move pool out there, but the fact that it gets Dazzling Gleam is pretty cool. I like that. I wish it was more diverse, but what are you going to do? Alright, stats. Its HP, 125, so that's pretty freaking bulky.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got some bulk.
Fish.
Attack is 58.
That's
it
fine.
is definitely a special attacker. Defense, 58. Special attack, 76. Not that high. Special defense, 76.
Okay.
Speed, 67. So it's a bulky Pokemon.
It's bulky, but it has nothing to do with that bulk.
Yeah, I mean, it's, it is what it is. It's still a great Pokemon. You can still use it on your team. I mean, like I said, with that bulk, it can take some hits while it paralyzes the opponent. And then once the opponent's paralyzed, Lanturn, even with 67 speed, is likely going to outspeed a paralyzed Pokemon. Unless it's like a Ninjask or something.
How much does paralysis reduce?
It cuts it in half.
In half, okay.
So if your opponent has 90 or 100 speed, it's going to drop to like 45 or 50, and then Lanturn's 67 speed will help it to outspeed. So it's speed a lot in that last sentence.
Are you on speed?
I probably should be. Lanturn is, again, it's one of those Pokemon that I don't think it's super competitively viable. Most of the Pokemon we talk about really aren't.
But also, it's serviceable on a team.
It's serviceable on a team. I think if memory serves, I love Heart Gold. You can probably get Chinchou right in the waters of like Olivine City. Going from where Jasmine in her Steel type gym, between there and that one little island with the fighting type guy. What is his name? The guy who sits under the waterfall. Is where you get the medicine for the Ampharos.
I barely remember.
I just love that game so much.
I'm pretty sure
those waters are where you get Chinchou. So that's not too far into your playthrough. What is she, like the 5th gym leader or something? Let's see. There's the flying type guy, Faulkner. There's Bugsy, Whitney, Ghost guy. Yeah, I think she's 5th. I think she's the 5th gym leader.
Sure. There's a lighthouse.
Yeah, she's where the lighthouse is. Where Amphi is feeling sick.
Ampharos is alright.
What?
He's kind of boring.
What?
He's kind of boring.
Ampharos he's great. What? Are you a Gen 2 hater? Am I just learning that you're a Gen 2 hater?
No, Ampharos is fine.
You're just being a troll.
No. You're Tails. You just got trolled.
It's
a reference to Tails gets trolled.
I don't know what that is.
Never mind.
What are you quoting?
Anyways, hey, let's talk about alternate forms.
Alternate forms for Lanturn. Whenever you see like an anglerfish in fiction, they're always, and in real life, they're terrifying. They have big, sharp teeth, these horrifying eyes.
I don't want Lanturn to get scary.
I don't think it should through like mega evolution or anything, but maybe it does something similar to what Corsola did. Its alternate form is like
a scary
white coral.
version.
It's like ghostly. It's dried out. Maybe that's what you do with Lanturn. Maybe this Lanturn really does live super far below the ocean.
This is a super deep sea version of Lanturn. Oh, that'd be cool.
And maybe it can be like dark electric or something.
Yeah, that's cool.
Again, I'm having trouble thinking about a dark electric type. I know there has to be one. There has to be a dark electric type. The first place my mind goes is Luxray. I know Luxray isn't dark, but everybody's like, oh, it should be, it should be. I don't necessarily think it is, that it should be, but whatever. Dark electric.
More Peko.
More Peko. Is he really the only dark electric type? What a waste. What a waste of a cool type. Ugh, more Peko. Ugh, I don't like more Peko. I think it is the ugliest Pikachu clone.
It's pretty terrible.
Yeah, and I get the gimmick with its hangry form. Honestly, I think its hangry form looks just more appealing than its regular form, and it looks a bit cuter somehow. I don't care about it, man. I don't like its eyes. I think its eyes are
dead.
Awful. Yeah, dead. Just dead-eyed.
I think it's because it's just got the whites right in the center.
Yep.
If it was like a big black dot and then it had the whites offset so that it was like a reflection, it's like, okay, it's just got these big, hamster eyes. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Morpeko looks like it's the only dark electric type.
Wow, that is so shocking. There are so many.
So shocking.
I did it again. There are so many like unused type combos that would be so cool. Like fire and electric. We only have heat form Rotom for a fire electric type.
What is with Rotom being some of the only forms of these types?
He's the only electric grass type too. It's crazy. So many cool type combos like that. Electric fighting. We had to wait till Gen 9 to get an electric fighting type. That is unbelievable. And then water electric. Barely any of those. Electric really does get shafted all the time.
It's such a classic type.
It is. It's one of my, I like almost all the types. They're all so cool. But like, electric is one of the best types. Fire, ghost, fairy. Combine any of those together and you got something great. Pretty sure Rotom's the only electric ghost type. All these really cool, unique type combinations with electric. And either Rotom has them all or just nobody gets them. Sorry, rant over. Electric is such an underused dual type, honestly. So shiny forms. Chinchou's doesn't change a whole lot, but look at its little glow sacks. They're like a neon greenish yellow. That's actually really cool. For a shiny that barely changes, this is probably one of the best.
Yeah, out of the ones that barely change.
Yeah, because its eyes and its little glowing orbs turn such a cool color. I like it a lot. And then there's Lanturn. It's purple. It's cute. It's so cute. And its little eye mask and all the yellow on it becomes that same sort of like really cool green color.
It's fine.
Just fine?
It's just all right.
I don't know. I like it. It's cool.
I'm glad you like it.
Also, gender ratio, 50-50. 50.2 and 49.8.
Yeah, but again, we can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
It's a division thing.
So, yeah, 50-50 makes total sense. There's nothing to complain about there. And then just trying to think about strategy. I feel like I kind of mentioned briefly earlier that, if you paralyze your opponent, you're going to be able to outspeed them, which is nice, but with the low attack you have, I don't know how much you're really going to be able to do at the end of the day. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Joachim just Googled Lanturn merch. That's the figure I have. I have that figure.
Oh, wow.
Yep. It's because I love Lanturn. I love Lanturn, Charlie.
I feel like Lanturn gets no representation by the Pokemon Company. I feel like they never touch it. I feel like people don't even think about Lanturn.
I'm hoping to be surprised. I'm telling you right now, if Lantern Sitting Cutie isn't sold out, I will buy it right now.
Okay.
It's sold out.
Really?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, on PokemonCenter.com, there's only its Sitting Cutie and a couple of pixel art pins. And then this, like, Pokemon TCG Rayquaza V battle deck that I guess has a Lanturn in the deck. But, yeah, dang, I would have bought that Sitting Cutie, too. Ugh, it's so cute. It looks so huggable. A life-size Lanturn plush. I don't care how much it would cost. I want me a life-size Lanturn plush. Is Chinchou sold out? Because I would also take a Chinchou. I like Lanturn more. Oh! I'm so sorry if that was too loud on the mic. Chinchou Pokemon Undersea Holiday plush keychain. They gave it like a hat and a bow tie. Oh my
cute.
Gosh. I'm gonna die.
Chinchou's alright. I like Chinchou.
And Chinchou Sitting Cutie is also sold out. I'm sure this is just because they haven't like restocked in a long time. These Pokemon are just so good. They're underrated. They are super underrated. They're a unique type combination, a cute Pokemon. You can get them not super early, but not super late, so they're right there in the middle of your playthrough. I mean, we already talked about alternate forms, but going back for a second, a Mega Lanturn is probably the best thing you can give it. Yeah. I like my idea of like the Dark Electric type like alternate form, like regional, but I think a Mega Evolution could just be exactly what it needs to put it back in the spotlight. That's what happened with like Medicham and Mawile. The Mega Evolutions, Sableye, they put them in the forefront of people's minds, and now they'll be special forever. Just do that with Lanturn. Stop giving Mega Evolutions to the Salamences and Tyrannotars of the world.
No, they're already cool.
Yeah, give them to the Lanturns,
give them to the weirdos,
and the Clefables, Pokemon that just aren't thought about as often.
Yeah, I think one of my reasons I don't like Lanturn is that it's like a weird bean shape. I don't like the weird bean shape it's got.
You love beans.
Yeah, I don't want that in my fish.
I don't know. I think it's got a cute little belly. Wait, let's go to Bulbapedia and look at its what it's based off of, because I know it's not just based off of an anglerfish. It's definitely also based off some kind of dolphin. I know for a fact its body shape is off some sort of dolphin. Let's find out here. Lanturn is based on an anglerfish, more specifically the football fish. Although it shares some similarities with dolphins, it is also possible that Lanturn's origin contains a small piece of Apollo, the Greek god of light, whose signature animal was the dolphin. That's kind of cool. For the name origin, it says Lanturn may be a combination of lantern and turn, as in turn on the light.
That's incredible.
Oh my goodness, this is a football fish. Holy cow.
Oh wow.
It's just like a scary looking anglerfish. Big yikes. Lanturn shares the same category with Ampharos. They're both the light Pokemon. That's pretty cool. Huh. In Pokemon Emerald, a trainer in Victory Road has a Lanturn that knows Earthquake, despite Lanturn being unable to learn it.
Wow.
Interesting. That is so weird. Why would the Pokemon Company do that? That's so random.
Is it a Gen 2?
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like a Gen 2.
I just flinched.
Frank, I just gave Frank psychic damage.
Although that's freaking adorable.
What?
Somebody drew an anthropomorphic Lanturn with like a mermaid tail. And
pretty big bazongas.
They gave it some massive bazongas. But look, it has like a dive ball around. Oh no, what's the fishing ball called? A reel ball or something? What's that called?
I don't remember.
They put one of the water Pokeballs around its neck, and that was actually kind of cute.
There we go.
Stop inflating my Lanturn.
For Affinity.
Why are the people of Fur Affinity so obsessed with inflation? I'm sorry, I don't mean to kink shame, but how is that hot? How is that attractive?
What's the? I need to see the Venn diagram or like whatever that coincides. Like how many people, furries and inflation fetishists?
Oh, I'm sure that is massive.
It's a circle. It's just the same thing.
It's a circle for sure. Sorry.
Yeah. So Lanturn.
Wait. Human Lanturn.
Oh,
that's so cute. Wow. If you guys care enough, there's an image by Meruhake, and from what website is this from? Just search up.
Zero-chan anime image board. I don't know.
Just search Lanturn Maruhake. It's like a cute anime girl with like
Yeah.
Lanturn-inspired clothing.
Pound 3697921. I don't know.
Yeah.
That helps you with a reference number.
Who knows it?
Very cute.
Lanturn has a lot of really good Pokemon cards too. We don't talk about Pokemon cards very often, but I have mentioned in the past that I've been building a lot of decks recently, and I discovered I had a Lanturn card that is quite literally insane. Modern Pokemon cards are insane. So Lanturn is a stage 1 Pokemon. So for 3 energies, 2 electric, 1 colorless, you can use the attack Aqua Spark. It does 80 plus damage. If this Pokemon has any water energy attached, this attack does 120 more damage.
Oh, wow.
So a stage 1 non-rule box Pokemon card can do 200 damage.
That's insane.
This one card inspired me to build a water electric deck that I am in the process of making as we record this.
Wow.
Specifically so I can use this Lanturn. Like, 200 damage from a Pokemon card that'll only give your opponent 1 prize card upon defeat.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's incredible.
That is absolutely fantastic. And for only 3 energy. Sure, you got to use 2 different types, but if they're in a water electric deck, that's so easy. Like, this one card inspired me to build an entire deck. I love Lanturn, guys. Gosh, I didn't realize my feelings for Lanturn were so strong, but I freaking love this fish. Not gonna lie, this is probably one of my favorite fish Pokemon
Dang.
of all time.
That's big.
We've done merch, we've done the weird, sexy art, we've even talked about Pokemon cards. Joachim, what are we doing next?
I think you can hear what we're about to do. Let's go!
This is the part of the show where the boys discuss how edible the pocket monsters that we focused on won't belong till up and come along to the segment of the show.
Yes, indeed. It's the part of the show where we describe wetting a fish and then eating that delicious little fat, pudgy fish, and then how I'm going to hit it with a baseball bat.
I don't want to marry it.
Okay.
I
I'm
love it.
surprised.
I love
you
it.
love the fish so much.
You didn't want to marry Dust Dogs, and you were...
Yeah, I love dust dogs.
I almost said something I'd regret. You... Yeah, listen, you don't want to marry it, though. I love Lanturn. I want to hug this fish. I don't want to marry it. Come on.
Yeah, it's a fish.
It's not humanoid at all. I mean,
It's got those little arms.
it's cuter.
Look, it's reaching out for a hug.
I feel like it's a lot cuter than that of, like, Swanna or Excadrill, but it's
Yeah.
not humanoid. It's not... It can't stand on 2 legs.
So
It
what's
doesn't
better,
have
the
2
bird or the
legs.
fish?
Is a marriage a factor? I mean, okay, we gotta ask this question because the anime is kind of iffy on this. When a water type Pokemon is out of the water, what happens?
It looks like it doesn't die. They somehow survive.
I don't think they die. I think all water Pokemon can technically breathe air. But Magikarp, he'll flop around
That's
on
a
the
good
ground
point.
and stuff. But in battle, especially in the games, they're just floating. They're like swimming in the air. So, if I brought this Lanturn out of its Pokeball inside my house, would it just swim through the air, or would it just be kind of like laying there on the ground and bouncing around? What do you think would
I
happen?
don't know. Okay, in real life, I think it's a fish. I think it would just be flopping on the ground.
Right. But Pokemon logic, see, it's so difficult. Because in battle, this Pokemon isn't just going to be limply laying there to fight, you know? But then, can all... fish Pokemon just kind of fly through the air?
So in the anime, I think I remember with water types, they would change the stadium to reflect like the typing.
Yes.
Like, oh, if it's water type, the stadium would have water in it, so that.
Yes. Did Ash or nobody like never use a fish Pokemon?
He had Stunfisk.
No, that was Silent.
Oh, that was Silent.
And Misty always had her Goldeen, but I can't think of any instance of it not being in water.
So for story reasons, they only ever probably sent it out.
Yeah.
And when she had her Starmie or whatever, that would stand
That
up.
can stand up. Starmie and Staryu can stand up, definitely. Honestly, underrated Gen 1 Pokemon.
Starmie?
Yeah. I honestly...
He's cool.
I honestly kind of like Starmie for being Gen 1.
I forget that it exists.
Right. It's an extremely, like, odd design for a Gen 1 Pokemon.
I think it's fine. I like Star You and Star Me.
Yeah. Anyway, Lanturn is not wettable. I don't know.
It's a fish.
It sucks. It sucks so bad. 'Cause I don't want to say it's worse than Excadrill, but
It's a 2.5.
I can pick up an Excadrill. You know, I can hug it.
Let's just say it's a 2.5.
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say 2 to be honest.
Really?
It's a fish.
Yeah, it is a fish.
I can't.
Excadrill's a mole.
But at least it's humanoid.
Ew.
At least it's humanoid, right?
Go look at inflation stuff.
No, I refuse. I hate inflation. Both forms of it. I hate how groceries cost more.
Oh my gosh, it's painful. Yeah,
Wow.
let's go past the anthropomorphized Lanturn.
Oh my gosh, I am marrying anthropomorphized
All right.
Lanturn.
What's she like? Describe her.
I feel like she's always smiling because you look at Lanturn, always smiling. I feel like she's cheery. She's always there for you. She brightens up your day with her beautiful smile. I feel like she has the aesthetic of fairy lights. She loves little fairy lights. Maybe she's interested in deep sea aquatic life.
Okay, I can see that.
Oh, my wife Katrina, she's a little Lanturn. she's a marine biologist. Well, she's not a marine biologist. She's a biologist, but she got a minor in marine biology. So she loves all like the fish and stuff like that. Oh, I gotta get Katrina to cosplay Lanturn.
I love like what do you call it? Pokemon when someone cosplays as a Pokemon, but it's like they're not dressed as the Pokemon. It's like
yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm gonna get this wrong. Isn't it like Gajinko or something? Gajinka?
I think
is that it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and it's because like you said, they're not just wearing like blue and yellow clothes to signify Lanturn. They have like very specific hats or armor styles.
Yes, I think it's Gajinka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of these are better than others.
Some of these are. Is this Tam? Yeah, Tam D.
Yeah, he's really good at
he's
making
good.
Gajinka Pokemon.
On it.
What is that?
This or this?
I don't know. Like that one's kind of pretty. That dress that's flowing down. Yeah, humanoid Lanturn, I think would be a wonderful wife. Honestly, one of the best ones yet.
Yeah. Now I'm eating this fish, just so we're clear.
Oh, listen, Joachim. I
got a
completely
fat little
understand.
belly.
I am gonna eat the fish too.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's good eating.
It's based off of so. I don't think you could realistically eat an anglerfish.
No, I think,
but
they're
this
bony.
isn't just an anglerfish.
Yeah, this is a big, fat, lumpy fish.
Yeah, I would never eat an anglerfish, but this is also based on a dolphin. Some types of dolphin.
I feel like it's a stretch to. I would eat a dolphin too. I think it's a stretch to say that it's very dolphin-like.
It's not very. I feel like as far as the meat goes, though, it'd be equivalent to eating dolphin meat.
I think it's fit. Well, dolphin meat is a mammal meat and fish meat is very different.
Okay, a dolphin is technically
a mammal.
Yeah. Okay, so what?
I'm thinking it's.
How do you think it's different?
Well, I think it's more like tuna. Or no, actually, if anything, it's going to be fattier than tuna. I think it's going to be like flounder, or it's going to be soft. I think it's going to be soft meat. I think it's going to be good, though. I
think we have to go with the lore presented to us that it is more dolphin-y.
Does it say anywhere in the lore that it's dolphin-like?
I mean, in the Bulbapedia origin section, it talks about
where did Bulbapedia get that information?
I don't know I don't know where it would have sourced it from. It just says, although it shares some similarities with dolphins. That's all it says.
I don't know. It doesn't even have the horizontal tail fin. It's a vertical tail fin.
You are correct about that.
It goes back and forth like a fish.
Maybe just because it doesn't even have that pointy of a nose. It just kind of has like a rounded face.
I'm thinking it's fish. I think it'll be.
I won't argue.
I still think it's great. I think it's going to be good fish.
I think it'll be very tasty.
I think it's I think it's more flavorful than cod, because cod is really boring to me, in my opinion.
Sure.
I think it's going to be. Yeah, I think it's just going to be really nice, flaky fish.
Think like an 8?
I'm going to go 7.5.
7.5?
7.5.
And the reason being?
It just looks like a
funny little fish. It'd be a fairly normal
fish. If it was a salmonid kind of fish, I love salmon.
Salmon is great. Salmon's really good.
But I don't think it's a salmonid.
Yeah. Okay, I'm there with you. 7.5. Delicious fish.
Yeah, it's just good eating.
Dead. I
Yeah,
don't think
I can kill it.
It's got electricity. Could you beat an electric eel in real life?
Yeah, I could beat an electric eel.
It would shock you.
Yeah, for a little bit, but then I'm a big human.
You're dead.
Nope. And how long can it keep that up?
I feel like if you were in the water with it,
Yeah.
it would have a huge advantage.
Oh, yeah. If I'm in the water with it, most water Pokemon are killing me.
Well, I feel like I could still beat like a Wishy-Washy.
How?
No?
At a full health? Could you beat a Wishy-Washy?
No.
Yeah,
but
there
if
we
I
go.
grab the one little Wishy-Washy
That's not how it
in
works.
2 hands and I just like
That's
wring
not
it like
how
it's
it
a
works.
wet washcloth,
That's not
I
how
can
this
rip it in
works.
half.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, easy.
In the water, okay. In the water, I'm not. It has electric. I'm surrounded by salt water. I'm gonna get electrocuted.
Yeah,
and it's a Pokemon. It's not. It's more than an electric eel.
Yes, for sure.
But if I have prep time, I will
rubber suit.
No, well, I mean, not even just that. I'll have a harpoon gun, and I'll just.
That seems like overkill.
No. What else am I gonna do underwater? I can't swing a bat.
No, but a harpoon gun is huge. I feel like it's very easy to avoid something.
No, I'm talking about like the little dart. Have you ever seen those videos of the people swimming around the coral reefs or like in the water and they harpoon like tuna and stuff?
And they do that with lionfish too.
Yeah, so that little tiny gun.
Okay.
So I swim up. Lanturn's all happy-go-lucky and.
No, it's not happy-go-lucky because it knows it's fighting you. That's the rule.
Okay, fine. It knows it's fighting me, and I shoot it, and it swims around. It does that thing where they go, oh, where's it going? Oh. And then I reel it up, and I cook it. With a harpoon gun, what's its speed? What's its speed stat?
It's not very high. Was it in like this? Was it in the 60s? Was it even in the 60s? Hold on. 67. So that is higher than ours.
It's faster than us, but I still am confident. Well, no, actually, I think it's a 50-50 chance. Ah, crap. I have a good aim, but in the water with a harpoon gun, I'm not
That harpoon would be a conductor too.
I don't care.
So would our metal bat, by the way. That metal bat is a conductor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the conductor matters all that much, anyways, because no matter what, it's gonna shock us. It's a magical animal. I think I give myself a 25% chance in the water with a harpoon gun. On land, I give myself a 50% chance with a metal bat because it's on the ground and I just start hitting it over and over again. The 50-50 is whether it'll shock me to death as I'm beating it.
Yeah, I'll agree with you that with the on land, it's 50-50. In the water, even with a harpoon gun, I feel like its chance of dodging is not super low. And so I would give myself maybe like a 15 to 20% chance, somewhere in there.
Okay.
I just don't, I feel like it's going to be hard to beat almost any water type in the water. That's not like a Remoraid.
Yeah.
And Chinchou is easy.
Oh, yeah, well, Chinchou's not even
a question.
I'm sorry, Chinchou.
No, I love you,
You're
but...
cuter. You're better than Lanturn.
I disagree.
And?
Everybody listening right now, if you like Lanturn, I need your support. I need you to, in the question
Lanturn
and answer,
Patriots, assemble. The deep state.
On Spotify specifically, there's a question and answer at the end of this podcast. I don't care what the question that's being posed is. You tell me that you like Lanturn. Lanturn superiority. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, just rate 5 stars and then put in the comment section, I love Lanturn. And if you don't bother rating at all. Thank you so very much for listening to this episode of the podcast. Like I just said, if you did enjoy it, please rate it 5 stars. And if you want more Pokemon, if you're still not done hearing about these fantastic pocket monsters, why don't you go over to my YouTube channel, Let's Be Frank, where I talk about Pokemon all the time, because I love Pokemon. It's literally my favorite thing in the whole wide world. I talk about a lot of other stuff too, though, like I talk about Lego sets and all the different stuff you can find there with those. I cook a lot. I do tier lists. Sometimes the Pokemon and the tier list overlap. It's a fun time over there. And if you want more Joachim, him and I have a segment on my channel called Taboo Foods, where we cook really odd and strange foods. Well, some of the stuff is odd. Some of the stuff kind of just makes sense. Like grilled fruit. Like, have you ever had grilled pine... Thanks, Joachim. Have you ever had, like, grilled pineapple or grilled watermelon? That's some good stuff right there, but still not something people think about doing very often. Oh boy, with all that being said, thank you guys once again so very much for listening. This has been your Certified Pokey Moment.